What's good, superstars? We're here with our first ever video on the Dividend Superstar channel. I have so many plans for this channel that I want to showcase. I've got a bunch of different portfolios. I've been investing for like 20, 30 years at this point. I feel like it's been a while. And I've just learned a lot. I've gone through my tuition, as they call it. When you make your mistakes in the stock market, you pay your tuition. We've done that. We're still paying some tuition here and there as we try and optimize and become more efficient with our investing. But again, just a student of the game and just trying to get ahead, just like everybody else here. So I'm on Blossom. If you guys want to check me out on Blossom, it's a financial social media platform. You can just look me up at Dividend Superstar. And I'm going to be talking about all the same type of stuff over there. Maybe get some ideas from you guys on what to post about. But hopefully you like what I've got planned. I've got a few ideas. This is the first one. And I'm thinking about doing like a bunch of different series. Maybe this one will be the dividend or the Daily Snowball Case Study. We're going to get into exactly what that is. But I also have investments in my RRSP. I'm in Canada. That's our retirement savings plan. And I also have a hybrid growth / high yield portfolio, almost kind of living out of my brokerage account. Got some inspiration from a bunch of YouTubers online as well. When I do post those videos, I will give them shout outs and make sure that you guys know where I'm getting these ideas from. But again, putting my own spin on it and just trying to contribute to the community, just like I've been learning from the community. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you don't mind, hit the subscribe button down below. We grow this channel a little bit. It'll be our channel together, and maybe I'll be doing a case study so you don't have to. In this case anyways, we're talking about the Daily Snowball, and what this is, I think it was Andy, I think the first person I saw doing it on Blossom Social. And this is not for everybody. I mean, I know that there's a lot of banter between high yield ETFs, covered call ETFs, and then growth stocks and what's better, what performs better. I think one of them is much more proven and long term. The other one is relatively new and maybe not as seasoned as the other type of investments. I think everybody who does do these investments has their own reason for doing whatever. In this case, this type of case study, this is really not that much of my net worth, so just something that we're having fun with, and it's going to be hopefully like an idea of how these things perform over time. So what we're looking for is basically we're going to be investing into a couple funds. We're going to be trying to increase how much distributions we are getting from these funds over time. And what better way than do that than to invest in an ETF that pays out every single day. Basically, we're going to have a different ETF for every single day of the week, and hopefully accelerate those the dividend snowball or distribution snowball in this case, because not always are they dividends. Sometimes they're return to capital and other types of distribution. So dividend just for the sake of the name of the channel, but distributions is probably the proper term. So we're hoping that first day we get paid a dividend distribution, we roll it into the dividend that we'll be paying next. So the one that's going to have the first ex-div date. You can't do it on the day of the ex-div, but you can do it on the day before. So whatever is the closest to being able to achieve that, we're going to do that. I understand that we're going to have erosion on the day of the payout from our capital. Not really looking to see what happens with the capital, and you'll see why in just a second. More so concerned about how quickly we can grow the distribution payout, and if it's even worth it. Is it going to, are the payouts going to erode over time to the fact that basically over time they're just going to grow and then they're going to just cut them until they're nothing? Like, what is going to happen? We're not doing this with a lot of capital for that reason, and just kind of have fun and see what we can make out of it. So hopefully you guys like the ride, hopefully you guys enjoy the channel, and let's see what's going on here. So first off, I'm going to introduce you guys to my Daily Snowball Case Study. You got snowballs here. Look at this move that I'm doing here. Look at this. Boom. Using $1,000. If you can read that. I think maybe I zoomed in a little bit too far here. So let's see if we can make it a little bit closer for you guys. Even 100 probably be better. Okay, so we're using $1,000. Only $1,000. That's what I'm telling you. The capital, if it goes to zero, I'm not really too concerned about it. It's not that much money. For some people it is. In this case, in terms of my investment portfolio, it is not the biggest hit to the portfolio, and at the same time we are going to expect some return on this. We're not going to lose 100% of it because we will be getting those distributions that hopefully snowball. The other thing that we're doing here is we are going to be using the RRSP. I did have $1,000 left over. I mean, I have a bunch of dividend stocks in there. Those are actually dividend stocks, and they've been paying, and I had $1,000 sitting on the side in cash. So going to use that just so happens to be in the RRSP, but at the same time I'm also going to be using US funds, which I will not be being taxed the 15% on the distributions, which is kind of helpful in snowballing. Obviously deferred taxes, when I do decide to take the money out in retirement, I'll be taxed at my bracket, so that's what will happen down the line. But just letting you know, I'm using the RRSP for this. You don't have to do any of this. You shouldn't do any of this because this is not financial advice. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a guy on the internet. So guy on the internet, do I really want to listen to you? No. Do I want to watch you for entertainment and see what happens to your $1,000? Maybe yes, hopefully yes, subscribe. Okay, continuing on. We got some rules, okay? These are the rules of the case study. So we have to follow these rules. I do this for all of the different portfolios that I have. So anytime that I'm introducing a new portfolio or talking about a different, I guess we might do this in playlists. So this will be the Daily Snowball playlist, and then I'll have my RRSP playlist, and I'll have my high yield growth playlist. And I think you guys will enjoy it that way. But anyway, first rule, buy a weekly paying ETF for each day of the week. So as I said, I'm going to be putting money into each fund for each day of the week, so that every single day we're going to be receiving a distribution, and they are going to be small at first. Obviously, $1,000 stretched over 5 days, that means you're going to have $200 per day, or $200 per ETF, and then each one will be providing whatever the distributions are. I did try to go more aggressive on the distributions, see what it does to the capital, but again, I don't care what it does to the capital, and actually, if it does decrease, I'll end up with more shares. Hopefully the distributions don't decrease at an accelerating rate. This is the whole purpose. We're going to find out. Number 2, invest the distributions into the closest upcoming ex-div ETF. So basically, like I said earlier, you don't want to invest on the ex-div date. You want to invest the day before that. So whatever's ex-div date's going to be tomorrow when I get that distribution, or on Monday if it's a Friday, then that's what I'll be putting the distributions into. Try to maintain 20% per holding. If there's a large deviance, use the distributions to balance when able. So basically, if one is just ballooning and the other ones are kind of shrinking down, we're going to try and equate it. So if I got to put it into the ex-div for tomorrow and that bucket is already a big one, maybe you roll it into the next one, put some in each. We're going to do it as we go. We're going to show the results as we go, so it's not that big a deal. And we're going to track the results like I just said. Oh, and you got to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That is the other item. So that is that. Just giving you a little bit of a picture here of what the growing buckets will look like. So if one bucket, say that my distribution comes out from Mr. Green bucket, and that means I'm supposed to invest into the ex-div for blue bucket. Blue bucket's already pretty big, so we might put a little bit here, but then put some more into the red bucket, or maybe we're going to skip over and do it into the orange bucket. It might slow down the growth, but we're going to see what happens. It's going to be on a time will tell basis, because maybe the distributions are half decent on that big bucket. Maybe we leave it alone. Who knows? We're going to see what happens. We're going to play it by ear. We're going to take in feedback from the comments. So you guys are going to be helping out with this whole entire thing. I think it's going to be a ton of fun, and I hope that you guys subscribe and stick around to see how it goes. Okay, so these are the funds that I have already procured. This is the Daily Snowball. Again, there's the rules. The initial budget $1,000. The current value, we're already down $29. Today must have been a terrible day. I haven't even received one distribution yet. I just bought them yesterday, and obviously ex-div would have been today, and then tomorrow hopefully we'll get a distribution. But anyway, this is the split that I got. I'm in Canadian, so conversion, I'm always going to miss out on a penny or two or three or whatever it is. I try to hit $200 per thing, and I ended up with $999 and 08, so I missed a little bit. Wealthsimple is the platform I use, automatically does this even when I put in 200 Canadian exactly. Once it settles, it always misses out by a bit. But anyway, we went with WPAY, which is kind of like a well-rounded fund. We got YETH, which is the Ether fund for crypto. I went with that over BTC just because the distributions are higher. Like I said, aggressively trying to grow the snowball at all costs. ULTY, another well-rounded but high payer. MAGY, magnificent, I think 14 or something like that is on that one. I'd have to double check, but anyway, higher yield. And NVDW, it's a weekly NVIDIA pair. I wanted to have some NVIDIA or a chip exposure in this portfolio as well. These are the 5. They're the only 5. If we do switch them out, we'll talk about it. But for now, you got one for every day of the week. Monday, WPAY. Tuesday, YETH. Wednesday, ULTY. Thursday, MAGY. And Friday, NVDW. And these are the days that we will buy them on. So if I'm buying on a Monday, I'm buying WPAY because the ex-div is Tuesday and it pays on Wednesday. And so forth and so forth. So basically, that's the split. You can see the percentages now. This is based on current weighting, so this has changed a bit already, but it looks like WPAY has gone down, and so has YETH, and that makes sense because the ex-divs maybe are past now, so people are trying to dump them. But anyway, we're going to see what happens when we do get the distributions, and when we get the distributions, we're going to show, so if I get the distribution tomorrow, it's a Wednesday, that means we'll be picking up some ULTY, and then that'll be the first time that we invest into it. So next week, we'll explain about how many shares we got and where we're at. But anyway, these are the starting shares. Nothing has changed. Gotten 0 distributions. You can see it here. And we're going to see if this will grow. We're going to see if the distributions over time here will grow. I think it will be a lot of fun. Also, I'm tracking this on Snowball Analytics. So if you guys have a Snowball Analytics account, cool. If not, check the link below. It's a referral link. I think if anybody who signs up, I get a month for free, and you might get a discount. I'm not sure 100%. I'll put the details in the comments or in the description so you know exactly what benefit it is to you, but it is a paid software. Wealthsimple, if you're in Canada, is not the greatest at this at showing you what's going on with your portfolio. This thing here, I don't even know if this is showing me the accurate value just because of the conversion, but the one thing I do like is it shows you like the breakdown of your percentage, how much you own of each thing. Also, you can like show your dividend calendar. This is cool. So next week we got Thanksgiving up in Canada, but you guys I think have Columbus Day, so we got the holiday messing up the schedule. But after that, you can see one every single day. Okay, one every single day. And as we add these small increments, they'll slowly increase cents here, cents there. It's going to take a long time to grow the snowball, but you hope over time it rolls into a bigger and bigger snowball. And we're going to see, hopefully the distributions keep up. Are the distributions going to fall apart before we even get anywhere? That's what time will tell, and that's what we're hoping to determine with this whole thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, Snowball referral link down below. You can follow me on Blossom at Dividend Superstar if you want. You can also subscribe to the channel to keep up with this series, keep up with any future series that I'm doing. I'm very, very amped and excited to be back on YouTube. I have another channel. I have other channels that I work on, but this is one of my passions. Just going through stocks, investing, ETFs, all that stuff, and I love it. So hopefully this all works out. I don't know what I just did here. I messed this up. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, guys. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.